إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله الله بالهدى ودين الحق يظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون وصلى الله تعالى على خلقه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. وقال سبحانه وتعالى في الكتاب الكريم بعد أعوذ من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحيم يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. There is all praise and thanks due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord, the Cherisher, the Son of the world. We praise Him, we seek His help, we seek His guidance. We seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the evil of our deeds and actions, and whomsoever Allah guides, no one can misguide Him, and whomsoever He leads astray, no one can guide Him. We bear witness that there is no God, no deity, worthy of being worshipped except Allah alone, bearing no partners. We bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His final slave and messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very good speaks the book of Allah, and the best guide is the guidance of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the worst matter in creed of those who innovate. Very such innovative matters of bid'ah, be bid'ah misguidance, and misguidance deserves a lazy farm. First and foremost, we want to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing us to be Muslims, for allowing us to be here in the house of Allah, worshipping Him on a precious day of Jum'ah. So always thank Allah for the ni'mah and the bounty He's given to you before He takes it away from you. So thank Allah on a daily basis. Thank Allah when you wake up in the morning. Thank Allah when you go to sleep at night. Thank Allah. Today's khutbah is in regards to reconcile your differences and move on. Reconcile your differences and move on. Life's too short to ponder over dumb things, quarrels, and problems that we have amongst ourselves. Alright? So one of the toughest things is to be kind to somebody who's always been mean to you, always looked down upon you, always gave you that trouble. You know, it's hard to be nice to those kind of people. But the truth of the matter is that revenge is a waste of time. Revenge is a waste of time. And you get a temporary high for that time being, then it's all gone, it doesn't mean anything. So then it's over, so forgive. It's better to forgive. Show mercy. Those who push you down, lift them up. So you can imagine, if you do these certain things, what would Allah give you in return? Way more than you can even imagine. Right? There's going to be people out there who they'll want to go after you, after your marriage, after your problems, after everything you have in life, they want to go after you. Because they're jealous, they're envious of what you have. Right? Don't let them judge you. Let them judge you by your character. What kind of a person are you? Do you show that you're better than anybody else because of your character as a Muslim? Or do you stoop to their level and their degree and be like them? It's not about that. It's being better, rising above the occasion. So no act of kindness that you do in life will not go unnoticed. Allah knows and sees all. So whatever tough time you're going through and whatever people give you these trials and tribulations, then know that Allah will give you next better, reward you better than what you're going through. Fasl sabr jamila. Have mercy, have patience, because patience is a beautiful thing. If you can have patience in your life, then you have Jannah. That's as simple as that. So patience goes a long way. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us in regards to reconciliation about brotherhood, and He says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Hujurat, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم واتقوا الله لعلكم ترحمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يسخر قوم من قوم عسى أن يكونوا خيرا منهم ولا نساء من نساء عسى أن يكون خيرا منهم ولا تلمزوا أنفسكم ولا تنابزوا بالألقاب بئس الاسم الفسوق بعد الإيمان ومن لم يتب فأولئك هم الظالمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن إن بعض الظن إثم ولا تجسسوا ولا يكتب بعضكم بعضا أيحب أحدكم أن يأكل لحم أخيه ميتا فكرهتموه واتقوا الله إن الله تواب رحيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. Is there a way to turn down the mic? So all you believe, let not, the believers are nothing else to another brother. So make reconciliation amongst yourself, between your brothers. And fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you may have mercy. So all you believe, let not a group of people scoff at another. And it may be that the latter is better than the former. And nor let the woman scoff at another woman, it may be that the latter is better than the former. So nor defame one another, nor insult one another, nor call each other nicknames. And worship while insulting one another with the names of all sinners, all wicked, all this, all that. And whosoever does this and does not repent, then they're amongst those who are balling. They're amongst those who are the unjust, the wrongdoers. So all you believe, avoid much suspicion. Indeed, some suspicions are sins. And spy not, neither backbite one another. Would one of you like to eat the flesh of his dead brother? You would hate it. So hate backbiting, and fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very Allah is the one who forgives and accepts repentance, most merciful. O mankind, we have created you from man and female, and made you into nations and tribes, that you may know one another. Very the most honorable view with Allah is that who has taqwa, the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah is all-knowing, all-aware. So it's a reminder for ourselves that we are brothers in faith. We are sisters in faith, right? So these are the responsibilities we have amongst ourselves, as to not go against each other, right? We should be supporting each other, helping each other in the time of crisis, the time of need, and not to be one who's holding grudges and holding things back because a certain person did something to you in a long time ago that you don't even know what the problem was and you were still continuing it today. So one of the cardinal rules, cardinal principles of a society is that you have to have, each society has to understand the community and the diversity that it brings, that it entails with it within itself. So you have to be supportive in these aspects, be diverse in these manners. A wise man once said that, he said among the most important ingredients in the formula for successful, fulfilling life is knowing how to get along with people. How do you get along with people? How do you get along with people who are different than you are? Right? Not everyone's the same. Not everyone eats biryani. Not everyone eats jasmine rice. I mean, what is it that you can come to common terms that you can get along? Right? Because there's always some differences. It doesn't mean that you're better than the other person or the other person better than you. It doesn't mean that. Right? That we're different for a reason. As Allah stated in the Quran, in the last verse, said that, we've created you different nations, tribes and nations, so you can know one another. That's the whole point. Not to argue, not to have these things. We have many problems that we face. Some of the problems we face that it goes, unfollowed. It's not been spoken about. Is family problems, right? We have an aunt we don't like, we have an uncle we don't like, we have certain people we don't like, and it just goes on and on. It just goes on and on and on for no reason, right? So you have that level, the family level. Then you have the community level, and then you have your races and everything else. And this masjid is for the Cambodian masjid, or this is for the Arab masjid. SubhanAllah. What is the difference between all of us here? Allah says in the Quran that the only difference is with taqwa. If you have pride in your heart, that's the only thing. That's the only level that you should have. It's not the race, not the color, not anything else that you do. But it's rather the pride that's inside your heart. So Allah says in the Quran, He reiterates, as-sulhu khayr, to reconcile is better for you. Work out your differences. It's better for you than to go and to grudge and to fight amongst each other. And how can you make it work? By understanding the diversity you have in your communities, by understanding each other, by understanding different people, by getting along and working together in the same cause, and that's for the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there are certain barriers that will disrupt reconciliation. What are these barriers? So put yourself on check right now. There's a checklist I'm going to say. If you have any of these functions, any of these attributes in yourself, then please take that off your list. Because this is the barrier that will stop you from reconciling your brothers and sisters that you have amongst yourself. Number one, arrogance. If you have arrogance in your heart, then there's no way possible that you can reconcile your problems, your differences. Right? It's noted that if you live up to Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, then there's no possible way that you can look down on people. So if you look up to Allah and you're always wishing Allah, then there's no possible way for you to look down on those people. Not possible. So reconcile your difference. Take arrogance away from your heart. As Allah says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ مَنْ كَانَ مُخْتَالًا فَخُورًا. That Allah certainly does not the vainglorious nor the arrogant. Doesn't like those type of people. So be humble yourself. Then we have the self-righteousness. I, Abdullah Ahmad, did this, did that, and this and that. I'm so good according to my, estimation of my good deeds. I'm sure I'm good. That guy, on the other hand, is drinking this, that, he's going to hellfire. So we're raising ourselves to the highest pedestal because of what we do, we think we do, and we don't know if we accept it or not, but that's where we held ourselves. But everybody else, because they're less than we don't see them play the mosque all the time, then they're less than us. So you have the self-righteousness in yourself. What does Allah say? فَلَا تَزَكُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنِ اتَّقَى. Do not ascribe righteousness to yourself. You have no right to judge yourself. You can't say that I am this, I am that. It's Allah to decide for you. Allah alone knows best who is truly pious. That's it. So if you're going to step your ground and say, I'm this, I'm that, I'm so and so, I demand respect, فَإِنَّ الْعِزَّةَ لِلْجَمِيعِ. Allah gives you the izzah. Allah is the izzah from Allah. The respect, the glory, everything is from Allah. SubhanAllah, we can't demand that. It's Allah who gives that. And there's a thing called moral myopia. Alright? Being sensitive to the errors of others. I can't stand his flaws. I can't stand what he's doing. But what I do, I'm perfect. Nothing. I got nothing on me. You got nothing on me. I'm perfect. Right? And you overlook your own shortcomings. But other people's flaws, you're going to point it out. You're going to pinpoint his stuff because you want to make sure that he gets, downgraded because you want to lift yourself up. The condensation. People love to condescend people. They're giving these things. If somebody does something good, they'll always find something wrong. Right? And they're really condescending. Why didn't you do this way or that way? Right? But if you do something good, you mashallah, you magnify your greatness. Like Abdullah, mashallah, look at what I did. This is me, it's all me. So you magnify your greatness, your abilities. So this myopia, you think it's all about me. Intolerance. You just can't stand anybody. I just can't stand your face. I don't know why I hate you, I just can't stand your face. Just for no reason. Because your face is a certain way. Right? I'm sure this is happening to the sisters too. There's a grudge between sisters because they don't even know why they hate each other. You just don't, because I don't like your face. I don't know why. Intolerant. We're so, subhanAllah. The religion of Islam is the religion of tolerance. That's what we are. We teach tolerance. That's what we do. There is no other religion in the world, that what we have, that comes in different background and everything else, that worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's nobody else. SubhanAllah. So if we can't show tolerance within our own selves, how are we going to show tolerance with the whole humanity at large? There's just no way. So these are the things that we have to understand. If you have these things, like I said earlier, in your checklist, that you have some sort of these things, then please take it off your list, so you won't be the one who can't reconcile your differences with your brothers and sisters. We can't really think beyond outside the scope of our box. That's it. That's all we see. We can't look beyond that. We can't get past our nose. That's all we see. It's just myself, right? So we have to understand we have to love others for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to do not have that thought, have that love and devotion for your brothers more so than for yourself. Even if you have that right. But it shows you the love of Islam, how much we love others because of Allah. And it's more about them than ourselves. Alright? That's what it's all about. Nowadays when a person's appointed in authority, he becomes a dictator. Hey, I'm in charge. I'm in the masjid. I'm in charge. You listen to me and that's it. You do what I tell you. Well, Allah is the opposite. During the time of the Sahabas, during the time of the Khulafa, ar-Rashidun, what would they do? They would serve the people at night. They would go out and find what the problems are and they would try to serve the people. That's what they would do. The leaders would do these things. Right? But nowadays we don't have time for that. We're leaders, but we don't have time to do stuff like that. We have to delegate jobs to other people to do it. We can't do it because I'm too busy. I got my office to take care of. We have to take that scope and mentality out of our heads. That we're doing to the cause of Allah. Allah is going to be the judge of all these things at the end of the day. So the Prophet Allah, he mentioned to us that more about the dangers of discord and advised about the value of reconciliation in numerous of hadith. He said, أَلَا أُخْبِرُكُمْ بِأَفْضَلٍ مِنْ دَرَجَةٍ الصَّلَاةُ وَالصِّيَامُ وَالصَّدَقَةُ وَالصَّبْرُ ذَاتُ الْبَيْنِ عَلَىٰ. SubhanAllah, he says, could I inform you of something that is better than salah? Better than salah, better than siyam, better than sadaqah. Can I tell you something better than all that? As-sahabayness. Fix the things that you have, the problems you have amongst your people. Fix that. If you can fix that, that's great. If you're the one who's causing fasad, you're causing corruption, you're doing haram, you're shaving off your good deeds. You're shaving everything off. Whatever you have in the day of judgment will all be gone. All the good deeds that you had, Mr. so-and-so and so-and-so, because you just shaved it all off. You gave it to everybody else. Khilafah, he described it as khilafah, as shaving it. You shave off all your good deeds. So it's very important for us to understand, what it means to be together, especially in this time of need. So to reconcile amongst ourselves, it's important, it's vital to understand where it comes from. What does it mean to reconcile? Right? Reconcile, the word read means again. Right? Reconcile itself, it means to become friendly, to help each other out. And Allah gave a beautiful example. He says, وَلَا تَسْتَوِي الْحَسَنَةُ وَلَا السَّيِّئَةُ ادفع بالتي هي أحسن فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم وما يلقاها إلا الذين صبروا وما يلقاها إلا ذو حظ عظيم. So he said that goodness and evil are not equal. There's just no way. Goodness and evil. If somebody goes to you an eye for an eye in type deal, somebody hurts you, hurt them back, then you're not getting anything out of it, right? Evil and goodness, they're not the same. They're not equal. Repel evil with what is better. So Allah is telling you, repel evil with what's better. Then he will, between him and whom he has enmity with, they will become intimate friends. And who can only do this? Those type of people, that none will be really inclined to do this except those who have the capacity for patience, perseverance, and those who possess a tremendous resolve. You want to move things up. You want to make it work. Right? You're not the one that's going to hold a grudge for the rest of your life. And you know what really happens when you hold a grudge? You're there, you're burning up inside, you're just, I can't stand this guy. You're holding it, you're burning, it's falling up inside you, and then she's going to explode. And the other person you're having this grudge against, they're going to go out their way, do whatever they want to do, no problem, no care in the world, and you're there beating yourself up. What are you doing to yourself? There's no benefit whatsoever in grudges. Nothing. Put your differences aside, move on. Life is too short for this. So we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us alaf bayna qulubina, and let there be love in our hearts for each other, wastakhlaf baynana, and let matters between us be resolved through reconciliation, inshallah. Ameen. Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. So we're talking about reconciliation amongst ourselves. We all have problems. If somebody came up to me and said, I'm perfect, I have no problem, then they're lying. Right? We all have problems. We all have disputes. We have arguments. We agree, we disagree. That's part of life. That's being human. Right? That's totally normal. You're supposed to agree or disagree. And the Sahabas amongst themselves, and they would go and they would have their mashura. You would see Umar being the hard guy who would say certain opinions, and Abu Bakr being the soft guy would say certain things. They would all disagree, but then they would come to one common term. They put the difference aside and they will elevate the deen before anything else. That's what we have to do now. If we want to make things work in our family, we want to make things work in the community, we want to make things work at humanity or on a larger scale, we have to put our differences aside and come on common terms in regards to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So so don't come together in terms of evil and righteousness, but yet come together with goodness and not transgression. So there's a reminder, hadith of Prophet ﷺ he mentioned in regards to reconciliation. He says, أن أنس رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تخاطئوا ولا تدابروا ولا تباغضوا ولا تحاسدوا وقوموا عباد الله إخوانا ولا يحل المسلم أن يحجر أخاه فوق ثلاث. So Anas bin Malik reported in this that Rasulullah said, do not desert, stop talking to one another. Do not nurse hatred towards one another. Do not be jealous of one another. Become as fellow brethren and stay with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's not lawful for a Muslim to not speak to his brother for more than 3 days. He said 3 days. Wallahi, this grudge that goes on for years, generations, and just keeps on going on. What's the reason? I don't know. His cattle came on my land and we didn't like it, we shot that guy and he just kept dumb things. We don't even know why we fight. Especially amongst the family quarrel, we don't know why we fight. So-and-so said this, so-and-so said that, and we don't even know what, because there's no base. But they were fighting. SubhanAllah. Leave all that aside. Come back together for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and take this as your hope. The rope of Allah, come back in one common term. In another hadith, the Prophet he mentioned in regards to not reconciling amongst your differences, he said, عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تعرض الأعمال في كل اثنين وخميس فيغفر الله لكل عمل لا يشرك بالله شيئا إلا امرأ كانت بينه وبين أخيه شحنة فيقول اتركوا هذين حتى يستطالحا. SubhanAllah. So it said that the Messenger of Allah said that people's deeds are presented before Allah on the day of Monday and Thursdays. And then every slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is granted forgiveness if he does not associate any partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the person whose heart, there is rancor against his own brother, will not be pardoned. And in regard to them, and he will say to them twice, that hold these two until they reconcile. You know, there's many hadith that talks about this. The importance of coming together as brotherhood, not fighting amongst ourselves. So holding a grudge, you know, with other people in mind, it's just going to eat up your good deeds, and it'll hold you back. Remember last Ramadan? You did good, mashallah. Last Ramadan, you fasted, you gave zakah, you sadaqah, you did all these things, read Quran. All that's good, right? You did, mashallah, last year. Guess what? Because you had a problem with your brother or your sister, and you haven't reconciled your differences, guess what happened to your deeds? It's still being kept on hold. It's on hold right now. It's like you're doing a reception, you're putting somebody on hold. This is happening to your deeds. It's on hold until the day that you reconcile amongst yourselves. And there's a hadith on that. So subhanAllah, it's something that's severe. Don't take it lightly. On the day of judgment, everyone will be entering Jannah, right? They'll be putting their differences aside to be in Jannah. You and that person you're having problems with, you're going to stay there, you're just going to like this at each other and pout and say, no, you give it, no, you give it, no, you give it. And you just be there forever. Let your differences aside. It said that the first person who gives salam to the problem, you know, to the problem they have, he gives salam, he's the one who initiates the salam, Allah will pardon him first. And that person no one forgive you, that's not him. It's between him and Allah, that's it. But you do your part to go back and bring people together. Well, Allah, the test is not that your family is going well, everything's going well, you're being together, having your potlucks and everything else. That's not the test. It's when they don't want you there. And that's your family, you have to be there. Make the difference, make the effort of going there and fixing things, making it right. That's where the test truly lies. So we're going to have, again, disagreements and arguments. That's normal, that's human nature. But how do we reconcile? How do we resolve it? Do we escalate it, and because we don't like it, we escalate it to a certain degree, or we resolve it amongst ourselves? How do we go about doing that? Who is the better man when it comes to this? It's said that a Muslim is the one whose Muslims feel safe from his tongue, safe from his actions. When I go to you and I give you salam, Assalamualikum, what are you doing? You're giving that salam back. You know for a fact that I'm safe. He will never slander me, he will never backbite, he will never mean stuff with me. That's how a brother should feel like. Your sisters, brothers, sisters, all these things in Islam, that's what you should feel like. You know, how do you go and how do you, when somebody's being nice to you, how do you torment them? How is that even possible? So again, a Muslim is safe from another Muslim by doing these things, these actions. I'm going to read you one story and we'll stop here, inshallah. This story about a Sahabi, he said that his name is Abdullah Ahmad. He was sitting next to the Messenger of Allah in the masjid, So the Messenger of Allah mentioned, he said that there's going to be a man walking in the masjid. And that man is walking in the masjid to Ahl Jannah. He's an inhabitant of paradise. So Abdullah ibn Umar, he's known as Sahabi, really well known, did all the zakah, all the fasting, everything else you name it, he would do extra. That's how good of a Sahabi he was. He says, okay, I want to know who's this guy, what does he do? So this guy walked in the masjid, and the Prophet of Allah mentioned that's Ahl Jannah right there, he's walking. SubhanAllah. He went, left, came back, Ahl Jannah, came back, Ahl Jannah, 3 times. Wow, I mean, what is it that he has that I don't have? Like, I have to know. So he made an excuse, went to the brother's house. His brother, can I stay with you for a couple nights? And I have his thing, and then he goes, yeah, sure, you can stay. So he observes him the whole time. 3 days passed. Didn't do any extra fasting, didn't do extra prayers, didn't do anything ordinary. Nothing. There was nothing special. So then he gives up, yeah, tell me, what is it? What is it that you do that the Prophet of Allah mentioned you that you're Ahl Jannah? What is it that you do? He said, well, I don't do anything, nothing special. The only thing I do is I don't have any grudge in my heart. When I go to sleep at night time, I forgive everybody. Nothing's ever in my heart. That's it. That's like, subhanAllah, that's simple. We can enter Jannah, can be out of Jannah, subhanAllah. So this, making an effort amongst ourselves to change our way of thought, our mindset, and let it aside. If somebody wrongs you, Allah, you go back and tell them, brother, it's okay. Don't worry about it. No big deal. Let's move on. Right? Be that man, be that person, or that sister, to go out there and say, you know what? It doesn't matter anyways. SubhanAllah, doesn't matter. Let's help each other out with a positive deen. That's all that matters. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us amongst those who understand and be the better person to give in, inshallah, when we do have our disputes amongst our brothers and sisters, inshallah. We ask the Lord told to make dua, inshallah, as well, for actually our humble brother here who gives the adhan with the Asri. His mother passed away in Cambodia. So we ask Allah to give her maghfirah as well, inshallah. ونغفر لنا حينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وانثانا اللهم من احييته منا فاحيي الاسلام ومن توفيته منا توفى الايمان اللهم تحرمنا اجر ولا تضلنا بعده. And we're told to make dua for a sister who's in the hospital for quite some days as well, inshallah, Sister Nusrat Khan, inshallah. May Allah give her shifa as well and speedy recovery, inshallah. May Allah give patience to the families whose loved ones have passed away and those who are sick as well, inshallah. We ask Allah to forgive us and those that came before us and do not put any spite in our hearts against any believer. We ask Allah to protect us from the hearts that are consumed with from any form of evil and any form of hatred and any form of envy. We ask Allah to fill our hearts with love from Him. We ask Allah to forgive us for all our sins and to remove anything from our hearts that would prevent our deeds from being accepted. We ask Allah to remove any ill towards anyone. We ask Allah to make the love of Allah consume our hearts. We ask Allah to help us live towards the hereafter, not let us get caught up in this temporary world. We ask Allah to unite our hearts, to purify them. We ask Allah that on the day of judgment to find our hearts to be free from envy, free from hatred, free from spite, free from all these sicknesses and illnesses. We ask Allah to not be those who have wronged others and caused any distress. We ask Allah to grant us sincerity, inshallah, in all our actions and our deeds. Ameen. إن الله يعمل عدل الإسلام إيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون وأقيموا الصلاة.